It's 2014, and I am standing outside of the famous Luzhniki Stadium in Moscow, Russia. If you're not familiar with that stadium, it is where they had the World Cup last year. So I'm there filming and making a movie about the street workout world championships. You guys all know what street workout is, right? No. Well, close. It's like a freestyle version of calisthenics, which is pull-ups, push-ups, and dips. It was a sport, a subculture that was birthed out of hip-hop culture in the parks and playgrounds of New York City. I feel like I'm losing you guys already. So listen, the first rule, we're going to go, Jane, I'm sorry, we're going to go off script here for a second. The first rule of storytelling is to show, not to tell. So in the interest of all of us being better storytellers, what if I gave you a demonstration? That work? All right, so as you can see here now, that's outside of Luzhniki Stadium. There's a big apparatus. We don't have that today, so I'm not going to be doing any crazy pull-ups and flying off the bars, but I can do a little bit of what they call floor game, which is based off of push-ups, and I'm going right over there in that open space. This would be the time to pull out your phones, hashtag the conference hashtag, and you can @ me at Bennett. Chavez, you got some music for us? Can somebody hold this for me?
Peace, where we back again. She's making me back like a bingo, and I'm gonna try to be single. And the way that she's dancing, I don't know. She's making me back like a bingo, and I'm gonna try to be single. And the way that she's dancing, I don't know. Cause tonight, I don't care what I will buy. Cause I know we getting high. Put your hands up in the sky. Hey, yeah, you got me dancing a lingo. The way that you move in your window.
Right. Zoom in about 30 minutes. Just need a second. So you can see that visually, it's really cool. And you can imagine what the other people that are like real professional athletes in this sport are doing. But it rose to popularity with the age of social media. So video and making highlight reels of what happened at the competitions was a big part of it. And when we were standing there was about 40 cameras there that day, and 39 of them pointed at the same thing, the athlete on stage. And one lone wolf was pointing in the other direction. I was filming the audience, the reactions, the athletes warming up and being nervous and like high-fiving and hugging the other competitors, because I was telling a story about the culture. And because video was such a big part of it, as I was making this film, I didn't have any money to do this, and I traveled the world to make this film about this growing subculture in sport. And people would come up to me all the time asking my opinion on this new gadget or new camera, checking out the little crappy camera that I had and kind of judging me. And I would be like, this was my line of defense, hey, it's the man, not the machine. Okay, I can take an iPhone and make a great story. And at the time, it was just like my imposter syndrome, right? It was like a defense mechanism, but it became my philosophy because I didn't have a lot of money. It was just me with one camera and a backpack, and I went around the world for years documenting this culture. And what I did was focused on deepening my connections and relationships within that community. It was a small culture that was growing. I became a part of that community, and I focused on telling their stories well, with the limited resources and tools that I had. After years of this labor of love, we finally found a home, and we won Best of the Fest at the Hip Hop Film Festival in New York, which it was like perfect for. And we sold the film and licensed it to RedBull TV, which is a streaming channel for action sports. Perfect. We found our niche. Niche always sounds pretentious, but I think that's accurate. And so we found our community there. And when I came back, what I realized is there's a lot of us business creatives, if you will, that are suffering from similar issues. We need to tell good stories. We need to create content consistently, but many times we're under budgeted. We don't have the right amount of resources or money or crew or energy to keep up with it all the time. And so what I want us to focus on is the storytelling aspect of it. So, that's great. Rain, what's the problem? What are the problems that we face? Storytelling, we know we need to do it. It's a big marketing buzzword right now, but the thing is, a lot of people talk about it, but many of us don't know how to do it. First problem is inaction. We don't know what to do, so we don't do anything. We're afraid of putting ourselves out there. We're afraid of messing up. And so we never take the step and do anything. Secondly, there are so many new gadgets and gadgets, so many different ways to tell stories, and so many platforms to put those stories on that we're overwhelmed by all the options. We don't know which one is the most cost-effective. We don't know which one is the best. And so we end up not doing anything, going back to number one. And then lastly, we're seeking tools that do the work for us, often. We're obsessed with it. It's so easy to waste time looking for incrementally better and better tools. But we're obsessed. In fact, we are tool-ophiliacs. We have toolophilia. I'm pretty sure I made that word up. And when I was searching, Google searching to figure out if I did make that word up, it redirected me to something called toonophilia, which is not the same thing. And I'm not saying you should go Google it when we're done, but if you do, just know it's a dark world out there. There's a writer that I like in the financial space named Ramit Sethi. Anybody familiar with him? He has a blog and a book called I Will Teach You to Be Rich, scammy title, but it's full of great substance. And he has a great line that he talks about tools. He's like, everybody's looking for the tool that's going to make them better at their job or make their jobs easier. He was like, but Andre Agassi can take a half-broken wooden tennis racket and beat my ass any day of the week. I'll make that a little more current for us in here. Serena Williams can take a half-broken wooden tennis racket and beat my ass any day of the week. It's not about the tools that we have. Currently, I live in Durham, North Carolina, and it's kind of like a Silicon Valley Junior. There's a big tech industry there, a lot of startups, and there's a real estate tech company called First. And First is an app that uses AI to determine who in your network is likely to buy or sell, and based off of their algorithm. And so the people who do the worst in using this tool are the people that expect it to just bring the leads into them, and they just like burst in the door like, hey, we're ready to buy a house, or we're ready to list our house. Doesn't work like that. The people who use it effectively and use it the best are people that understand that they take those leads and then reach out to them and establish a human connection. Because that's what it's about, and that's what storytelling is about, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Establishing real human connections through stories.